Hey everyone! So in this lesson we're going to go over how to insert your ShopStyle Collective links into a blog post, as well as how to make a widget that you can put on your blog or in an actual blog post. So let's jump over here. First, we need to make sure that you have your Linkit tool installed. If you did the Pinterest tutorial, you should already have this, but if not, we'll do it real quick. So right here you have this Linkit thing. So click on that. And you're simply going to right click and drag it up here to your bar, your navigation thing here. And so when you do that, it should just drop it right in here. I already have it, and that's why you're not seeing it twice. And so this is how you're going to get your links when you're not in the ShopStyle Collective Hub, but you're actually on a merchant's website. Okay. So let's come over here, and again, we were looking for purses, and I'm just going to filter it down to the lowest price because I am a budget shopper. And so we're just going to go with this one for the sake of this tutorial. So we're going to click on it. All right. So now, once you've found the item you want to hyperlink in the text, you simply hit copy link. Come back over here to your blog post and whatever word you're going to use. So for me, for this one, it's going to be wristlet or clutch. And this is how I do it within my theme color scheme for my blog. I use orange. Whatever your thing is, I recommend always keeping it the same way because it's really important for branding that your posts always have the same format. So they know if they click on something that's orange on my blog post that it's a clickable link. And so now you click on insert link, paste your code in there, hit the enter, and then also open it again and do the wheel. You want to do the open link in new window tab for sure, because if you are directing them to a page off your blog, they may forget to come back to your blog. And so it's important to keep your bounce rate low and also keeps them on your page so they can go see what else you have. So always make sure you do that. Also with affiliate links, you are required to insert a no follow on the link itself. You can do this manually, but it's kind of, you can get confusing because you have to go into the HTML part of it and add some words. But there's a free plugin called the REL no follow, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And when you add that plugin, it automatically gives you this box here on this pop-up. So your pop-up probably doesn't have this. When you put the plugin, this will start showing up. So simply check it, and voila, you're done. Now this is hyperlinked to that item, and anytime someone clicks on this in your blog when they're reading it, you're going to earn a few cents for that. Okay, so now let's do it from another website. And so just for the sake, I'm not going to actually make this make any sense. Let's just go dresses. And I'm just going to pick one for the sake of this tutorial. So let's click on this one. And so let's say this is the item that I'm wanting to hyperlink from Kohl's. So you're simply going to click on that Linkit tool up in your, up here. And then this will pop up. Let me close my eBates thing here. And so this is the dress. It's showing it in a different color, but this is the actual dress. And so just like we did before, you hit copy link, you come over here, and whatever the word is, you're going to hyperlink your code. So it's the same thing that we did for this one. It's just you're grabbing it from the merchant's actual website. And that's important because sometimes it's really hard to find things in the ShopStyle Collective Hub. And so going over to that merchant site is the best way to do that and not have to be searching forever for what you're looking for. So it doesn't matter if you're doing Instapot, shoes, toys, home decor, whatever. you can hyperlink any of those words that belong to a merchant. And so depending on what you're writing about, just know your stores, you know, your basic home stuff. Target is a merchant that is in here, JCPenney's. Etsy, you can find a lot on Etsy. So, you know, it's not just fashion, just get creative in, you know, if you're putting a book in there, see if Target has that book. Barnes & Noble is not one of the merchants for this, but think of other places that you could buy that item and find a store that sells it, and then you can link it here. All right, so now I'm going to do a real quick how to make a widget that you can do within your post or place on a sidebar. And so the widget you actually have to do in the ShopStyle Hub, so you can't do it from a merchant site, but you're simply going to create a product widget. Now, here's a key. If you are having trouble simply just finding something, but you know you want it, say, from Target, so you'll type in the name of the store first, and then whatever it is you're wanting. And that's if you want them all to be from the same store. If you're doing a post specifically on budget shopping at Target, then you would want everything in your widget to be from Target. If you don't care, you're just doing a post on boots, just do boots, and it'll give you them from all sorts of stores, okay? So now we're going to add to the widget. And so when you hover over these, you see add to widget. And so you're going to, everything you want to add to it, you're just going to click through. And as many as you want. And if you don't see what you want to hear, or maybe it's two types of items, you simply type whatever else, and the next search will come up. And then you add what you want. Okay? So now you have everything that you want on the widget. You click next, and you can customize how it's laid out. So it starts off with a single row. You can customize by columns of 2, but you would need to make it longer based on how many you have. And so I'm going to go just for, because how my blog posts fit. Okay, so this is the widget I'm going to place in the text. And these are great, by the way, for like holiday gift guides. You can do a bunch of different gift guides on different topics, like shoes, toys, you know, women pamper kits, whatever. And it's super easy to just add these on here and give them ideas of what they can shop for, because it'll show the price and also the brand. You can change that. If you don't want the price to show, just uncheck it here. If you don't want the brand to show, you know, however you want it to look. Now, depending on the theme that you have for your blog and whether you have full page or if you have a sidebar, you'll want to adjust the pixel size. So for mine, just because I know the size, I go with 160, and I'll show you where that is in just a minute. And so it just makes it a little bit smaller. Typically 3 across is a good size or amount for having it in the blog post where the whole thing will show. When you get to 4, it tends to take up too much space. All right, so hit publish, and you're going to get your code here. All you have to do is hit copy code, go back over to your post, and so you've got your paragraph up here, whatever it is. Enter twice, and then it'll bring your cursor down here. Now you click over to text, and from here, and if you don't know, in this coding stuff, this right here is actually the code for a space, a hard space. So we're going to erase the 1. And now we're going to simply paste that code. And so there's your widget. Now, what I like to do if I'm going to continue writing underneath this widget, say I wrote a paragraph and then I want a widget and then I want another paragraph. From here, I'll hit enter, and then I'm going to copy this space code and put it here, and then come down. That way, when I come over here, this little box is the end of your code. It's the script for end of code for that widget. And so now I can start typing right here my paragraph, and it won't interfere with that. So now you can do a preview of your page. And this is where you see if you need to adjust the pixel size for it to fit correctly. So see, the 160 is perfect. Anything larger than that, it would have pushed these two out over here, and it just wouldn't have looked, right. And so you may need to go back and forth a few times to get the pixelation right. And all you have to do is just come back, click Customize, adjust it, whatever you need, save it again, and then copy and paste the new code. Come back over here. And it's great because your code, it says start and end, so it's easy to find it. And so you would just take this, delete it, and paste the new version. Now, when you do widgets like this, if you find things, you should check it fairly often. Let me update that really quick. So I'm going to go home. And so from this page, you can click on widgets, and any widgets that you've made and used anywhere. As you can see, I've done quite a few over time. You can click on this sold out, and it will tell you if you have sold out notifications. And that's where it would show here. Instead of having this, it would say sold out. And it's okay if like one of these is sold out. I wouldn't freak out too much. But if you come to here and it's like, 4 out of 6 are sold out, you may want to change it because people are less likely to click on it. And so when you do the sold out notifications here, just click on the widget that it's showing. And it's going to give you recommendations of similar items. And so like this is sold out. So this tropical or tri-coastal design is sold out. So I could click on one of these and hit replace, and it'll replace it. And the great thing is you don't have to go back and re-enter the code onto your here. Since the code is already here, when you change the item from your dashboard, it's going to change it automatically wherever you have that code paste. So you're not having to go in and copy and paste over and over. Just change it here and save it, and it'll adjust it automatically for you. So that's really great. Now, doing it on your sidebar is the same process. The only thing is how you get to your sidebar to add your widgets here, which you should already know. And so you'll simply go in here to customize and go into your widgets. And mine are in my primary. Add a widget, and it will be the custom HTML. And then you'll paste the code here. Now again, the code that you use or the layout that you use for here. So if I use this exact same layout, it's all like you can see mine here. I have a column of 3 shirts. And if you click this, it gives me the next column. So if we used this exact code with the same specifications in here, what'll happen is these two here, the gold and the black, the first column will show up, and then there'll be the little arrow to go to this one, and to go to this one. So you can play around with it to see how you want it displayed in your sidebar. So that is it. This is a great way for, make sure you hit publish, by the way, and that it goes to normal before you X out. I know a lot of people tend to start off with like Amazon links and things like that. But the reality is, until you really start building an audience and they are, really trusting you as far as buying the things that you're recommending, that could take a while. The great thing with ShopStyle Collective is that you're earning every single time someone clicks on that. And that's why it's important to make sure your hyperlinked word is a different color, because psychology shows that when something is out of place, people are going to check it out. So if all of your text is black and then there's suddenly this pink or orange or blue or whatever color you use, they know to click on that, or they're going to want to click on that. And so every time they click on it, you're earning money. And you can check your analytics to see really quick. You have blue and you have dots. So the blue is actually orders, and it shows me of my links what people are actually buying from my links. And so this is a great way if you have one that you're suddenly seeing a lot of orders from it, maybe go ahead and turn that into an Amazon link if you can find that product on Amazon, because you know they are buying the item and you'll earn a little more money because you're making a commission off the sale and not the click. So this is just a really simple way to monetize your blog a lot sooner. And again, it's only a few cents per click, but the more traffic you're getting to your page and the more people seeing it, that those clicks are going to add up. And over time, as you can see, this is for 1 month for me right here. It does add up. So I hope this has helped. I hope that you are able to go in and start adding these links and start earning a little income. I hope that if you have any issues, just, go to my page and send me a message and we'll try to get it figured out for you. But otherwise, I hope to see you all start earning some money really soon.